It's always a good night when the Vols go to Rupp Arena and tame the cats. I'll talk more about it after this intro.
Please remain seated.
Happy victory over Kentucky night. This is Frank Rock. This is the House of Orange Sports Channel. Thank you guys for tuning in with me. I'm going to break down this big victory for the Vols basketball team tonight. But before we do, like always, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Share this thing out. Anybody, maybe a Vol fan or just a fan of sports in general, guys. Just trying to build this channel up, trying to build up this basketball coverage, baseball coverage. That's going to be my thing on here. My game's not, I don't know about the live game, maybe basketball and baseball, football, post-game live it's not going to be my game. It's just not. And I had a conversation with somebody about that it's their game. And, I respect that and what they're doing. I could come up with stuff for football for another time. But, like I said, thank you for all the support. Just please share this thing out for me. But love coming at you, especially first time coming at you after a Kentucky-Tennessee game. And it's great to be coming at you after getting that victory in Rupp Arena tonight. Zakai Ziegler hit the first shot of the game, and Tennessee never looked back. They never looked back. They won. They led the entire game tonight. And this was a game, this was a team effort. Said it I had 4 keys in my keys to winning today. And 2 of the 4 happened. 2 of the 4 didn't happen, obviously. But I said they need to hold Kentucky to around 35% from three-point range. Kentucky was 46%. They need to hold Kentucky under 80. Kentucky scored 92. Zakai Ziegler, they needed that Road Warrior Zakai Ziegler. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was that tonight. Big game for him tonight. And they needed the Jonas Adu, the big-time Jonas Adu. Double-double for him tonight as well. And, my assumption was Dalton Knecht would do his thing. He had 16 points tonight, but I really think it was a quiet 16 points. He had some good baskets here and there, but it just seemed like it was a quiet night. Kentucky went after him. They really did, and they wanted to make the rest of the guys beat them. Well, those guys stepped up. Tuesday night, Knecht carried that team on his back. Didn't get much, if any, help. Vescovy had 10. Other than that, not much help. That team went and looked in the mirror, and they showed up tonight in a big way. And, I'll get into all that a little bit. And there was just so many contributions tonight. Truly a team effort, from Ziegler hitting the first 3. Josiah Jordan James hit his first 3. That really got those 2 guys going. That was big confidence boosters for them, because James was averaging 3 points in conference play coming in. Well, he obliterated that tonight. Jordan Gainey come in, hit a big 3. He had 5 points, had a couple baskets early, kept the momentum going. Just so many things, and a couple other guys I'll mention along the way as well. But want to get into the stats now for tonight. And for Tennessee, of course, you had Ziegler with 26 points, 13 assists tonight in 33 minutes. He had 3 steals. Josiah Jordan James, 26 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. Big thing for him was 9 out of 18 on field goals, 4 out of 9 from three-point range, 4 out of 4 at the free throw line. He just did it all the way around tonight. 2 steals, no turnovers. Dalton Knecht, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 5 out of 14 from field goals, 1 out of 5 three-point. But what I liked out of him tonight, 5 out of 5 from the free throw line. Tennessee was under 70% against the free throw line tonight. Kentucky was also down closer to 60% tonight. Jonas Adu, 11 and 11. Vescovy, 11 points tonight, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. And I thought Vescovy had some big shots tonight at big times. And same with Josiah Jordan James. Kentucky get on a little bit of a run. Dillingham was just phenomenal for Kentucky tonight. And James had some just big shots that quieted that crowd. Ziegler had big shots, quieted that crowd. And then I know late in the game, Vescovy had that three where he got to blow the kiss at the front row for Kentucky. Jordan Gainey, 5 points, 3 rebounds. Meshack, 4 points, 3 rebounds. Meshack really, his points he had were at big times. He backed down the Kentucky defender and scored, which answered when Kentucky had hit a shot. And then Adu missed one in, and Meshack followed with the putback on that. Tobea Walker, 4.6 rebounds. His big thing with him, he got in foul trouble tonight. He only had 10 minutes. But I really thought during that second half, he was controlling that middle. He was having a good control on that middle. And frankly, it was bullshit that he had a fourth foul because that technical should have been on Bradshaw and Bradshaw alone for Kentucky. The reach-in foul was on Dillingham. Bradshaw coming shoved from behind. But instead, I think you got Bradshaw and Dillingham, and then you got Jordan Gainey and Awaka for technicals. That should have been on Bradshaw and Bradshaw alone. Didn't agree with that. And I don't know if that was just to appease both coaches or what, because Calipari was whining all night and didn't have a lot of reason to be whining. Barnes, I think, had a couple beefs a few times, and rightfully so. But a decently officiated game. There were some times, though, there were numerous walks that was not called tonight, and Kentucky hit threes on it. So had that been – apparently a walk is not a thing. It's trickled down from the NBA to college now because there was some beef about that in the South Carolina game the other night as well. So, in basketball, they need to really redefine what a travel is because it's happening often and it's not getting called often. Cam Carr, 3 points. He had 1 rebound, 1 assist. His 3 points were effective, or his 3 minutes. He had a bad he shot a 3-pointer, hit on the top of the glass, but he had the rebound. He had the assist. I thought he played good defense in his 3 minutes. And like I said, that assist was a oop to Josiah Jordan James. That was big. I thought he did some good things in a very limited amount of time. JP Estrella had 2 minutes, not really much effect. And I think it's interesting, too, where Freddie Dillon had been getting minutes. Now, this is 2 games in a row we haven't seen him. So I'm not sure what has changed because they talked about how he was gaining Barnes' trust. So something's happened where he's obviously lost that trust. Now, so there's your individual stats. Now look at the team. Talked about one of my keys was I thought Tennessee needed to win the rebounding game. They did. They won at 43-37. A lot of second chance points for them, especially early, that helped them maintain that lead. Field goal percentages. Kentucky was 50% tonight. Tennessee's 48.6. Tennessee shot 40% from three-point range, 12 out of 30. That was big for them. Kentucky, 12 out of 26, 46.2. They shot well. Free throw line, Tennessee right at 70%. Kentucky, 63.2. Assists, 22-17 for Kentucky. I'm sorry, for Tennessee. Steals, Tennessee 6, Kentucky 3. Blocks, Kentucky 6, Tennessee 4. And turnovers 7-9. Tennessee did win the turnover battle. So that was, you look at the stats and you wouldn't think, but I really thought it was a game Tennessee was in control of. Kentucky tried to make a couple runs, but Tennessee went right back down and answered on it. And I talked about the little things. Talked about Cam Carr's 3 minutes, how he did little things, did well in his 3 minutes. Awaka, that second half, I thought he was, in his time in, I thought he was pretty dominant. You got Meshack, a couple of his points were big. A couple of his buckets he had were big. James just getting going tonight. And I'm really happy for him because, it's not been up to par. Josiah Jordan James, Vescovy, those guys, as much basketball as they played in this conference, you expect big things out of them. They come in and did their thing tonight. That's what you want fifth-year seniors doing on their 5th trip to Rupp Arena. Ziegler, happy to see him bounce back after a subpar game the other night. And what I really liked was Knecht. Again, it was a quiet 16 points. This team picked him up tonight. They picked him up. I mean, there was a long stretch at the end of the game. He wasn't even in, and they maintained that lead. That was good to see. tonight. Not saying it was good to see he didn't have his best night, obviously, but good to see that other guys picked him up. And, like I said, welcome back, Josiah Jordan-James. Tennessee needed him to have this kind of performance. Does this boost him going forward? I'm interested to see that. But honestly, I thought it was a dominant effort tonight. I thought it was dominant. You always get nervous when Kentucky makes a little bit of a run because of that offense, but these type teams have been the type teams Tennessee's fared well against this year. High-scoring teams, but subpar defensive teams showed up again tonight. Tennessee's showing they can score against these subpar defenses. Just a big win, a big bounce back after a disappointing loss on Tuesday night. And I think the schedule really looks favorable for them the next 2 weeks as well. So I'm looking at that right now. They've got LSU coming up Wednesday night at home. That'll be 7 o'clock. At Texas A&M next Saturday night, 8 o'clock on ESPN. February 14th at Arkansas, and then Vanderbilt on that Saturday. So definitely Tennessee has a real shot to win. And then at Missouri, Texas A&M again at home. Tennessee has a good shot that they could win 6 in a row. A&M is a decent team. So if you're going to A&M, that'll be a tough game. But and then the last 4 games, Auburn, at Alabama, at South Carolina, Kentucky. So they end with a tough stretch there. But I like Tennessee's chances at least to go 5-1 in these next 6. Like I said, A&M, anytime you go on the road in SEC, it's going to be tough. But I like the teams that they're playing, and those teams not necessarily playing well. But it's just, anytime you go to Rupp and get a win, anytime you beat Kentucky, it's awesome. It's even sweeter getting it in Rupp Arena, especially when you see those stands down closer to the court empty. And, I know Tony Vitello and Chris Lofton were loving it up there tonight as well. So Vitello, he's going to have to be going to more games, it looks like. He's going to be the good luck charm up there. But just ecstatic with this win, ecstatic for this team bouncing back the way they did tonight, and ecstatic for that team effort for them. This was a booster for a lot of guys. It really was. But I'll have a preview Tuesday night, or I'll drop it Tuesday for LSU game recap Wednesday. Like I said, this channel is going to, its focus is basketball and baseball. Be crazy not to do football. I'll still do a lot of football, but not many brands covering this the way it should. I'm going to be the guy that covers baseball and basketball the way it should be. My name's Frank Rock. This is the House of Orange. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. As always, it's appreciated. Always, thank you for the support. Enjoy the rest of your night. And as always, go Vols.